The communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Before we go too far, I've got something to tell you.
Prepare for it!
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
Good morning, everyone. It is July 7th, 2025. I hope you guys are all doing well this morning and had a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. Thank you all who tuned in. I know a lot of you are still tuning in to the comeback show I had with my brother on Friday night on the 4th of July. It was awesome. This show today, this will be the only show that you'll get all week because I will be flying out there. I will be hanging out with my family in California. So it's going to be a lot of fun. However, I am still accepting appointments, of course. So you can still get in before I leave. I leave on Wednesday. So you could still make appointments for this week and for next week, of course. I will be back. I will be returning back to Florida on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to the whole thing. We'll take a lot of pictures and I'll share all that with you guys too. But thank you for all the love. I just want to say all the love, the support that you showed me and Jason on Friday. And you continue. Those of you that are still watching, thank you so much. So he will be back. We're going to be scheduling something for the week when I return. So that'll be sometime next week. We'll have a show planned, but lots of fun. We'll be on the regular. So most likely once a week. So yeah, get ready, guys. It's all going to be good. And as you have seen now, a lot of things were going on. For those of you that saw the show on Friday, we were asked certain questions by a lot of you sending in super chats. Thank you so much. And one specific reading that I was doing on Friday night, I was picking up young energy and I was picking up a lot of something dark. Okay, so some in death, of course. I remember saying that too. Even though it wasn't exactly like it wasn't word for word what was happening. I do remember that there were a lot of water cards, water signs, zodiac signs. And then as you all know, there's that devastating flood in Texas. So I do think Spirit was trying to tell me, trying to piece it together. But I remember young energy and I did remember it was pretty heavy as well. So I do fully believe that it was, it was a question about what's going to happen over this weekend, 4th of July, all of that. And it was trying to come through, sadly. And we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about the Texas floods, okay? And if you guys have questions, you're more than welcome to throw them in the chat. Always more than welcome for super chats. It's always welcome here because it helps support the channel and keeps us doing this. But definitely, I'm going to share screen. Shout out to Kathy. Thank you for sharing this with me. And there's a lot of, a lot of takes about this going on right now because it's just so devastating. So many children have lost their lives and so many others as well. But Camp Mystic out there in Texas, situated along the Guadalupe River in the tiny town of Hunt, has been a beloved summer retreat for some of the most influential young women in the Lone Star State in national politics. Okay, so this is why I'm sharing this. It has been where 24 girls, have been missing after this horrifying flood, but also this has entertained the daughters of political elites for generations. So there's a tie with the elites as well. So we're going to do a deep dive on this, and I welcome all your questions. I'm just going to do a general poll, I think, to start. I will be displaying my cards as well. We're going to do a deep dive. We're just going to see what kind of energy we're getting from this. And then I also have some questions that came in. So they'll be on banners already prepared here. But let's get going here. I'm going to stop sharing that image. And then I'm also going to share screen with my co-host, my cards. So let me see. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. That's my co-host right there, the Arcana Shores deck. And if you are interested, yes, I know. And thank you for everyone who's been ordering. You can go to my email, starcanashores@gmail.com. If you would like to pre-order, so they're pre-order, okay? So you would be on the list, and then I put in the big order. But they will be redesigned with the names of each card on each one. So it's really neat. So that is for pre-order at starcanashores@gmail.com. You can shoot me a message there, and I'll put you on there, and we'll get it going for you. But anyways, me and my cards, we are going to do it. Let's do a general reading on the Texas flood. Just get the general overall energy and see what comes through. Also, things to address, is the Texas flash flood due to HARP? Let's see if that comes through. The HARP is still evil, still controlled by the dark. And also, we have a lot going on in astrology. We have to keep that in mind, okay? Because I'm sure it's going to come through. So all the zodiacs are connected to the cards, each card. But I do want to draw more attention to that for a second here before we get going. But Uranus and Gemini, in the past, decades, generations that have passed, there have been some crazy, crazy weather events, floods, earthquakes, and then like fires too, just crazy, wild, out of nowhere, dumb stuff that happens with the weather. So Uranus and Gemini, it seems to be, is when that usually happens, and that's happening now. But the sad thing is, and then this is just a little astrology for you, and I'm just explaining it in a way that you all understand. I don't have fancy words for you. But what I have seen and what I've studied over the weekend, that Uranus and Gemini has always been used also by the dark. Definitely. The dark uses astrology to plan when the population, when the collective is at their weakest, and also when they can easily manipulate people, when they can easily sneak up on, the collective and, just be awful and destroy, such as a holiday, such as the 4th of July, such as all the other times that things drastically have happened. It's always somewhere around a manipulated stage in astrology. So that's what's happening. I'm just kind of relating that to the past, to the history. Astrology being used by the dark. That is why a lot of, and I respect church people, but I'm just saying there's a lot of really straight-laced church people that are against astrology. But if they only knew that it has been used by the dark, and that there's actually really good people that use it for the good, but just like anything. But that's a whole other topic, so I'm not going to get into it. But yes, it's true. The dark, the evil forces, the elites, they've always used astrology to get one over on people and to attack. And especially in this case with children, this is really bad. So let's do a poll on this. Let's see if HARP is involved. This is a deep dive we're going to get into. But yeah, I wanted to kind of hit on that astrology because it's true. It's true. And I think we have Uranus and Gemini for 7 or 8 more years too. So we're going to see a lot of things happening, a lot of planetary shifts, things on the planet happening, weather-wise, manipulation, hopefully will end, but we'll see. Here we go. What is the general reading? I'm not going to be looking at the chat, you guys. So I just want to let you know that ahead of time. Right now, when I'm doing a reading, I will not be looking at that chat because I want to really concentrate on the energy here. All right, the Texas flood over the weekend. Spirit, what were you trying to show me on Friday when you showed me young energy? You showed me death. What else? What else can you share with me? Here we go. All right, so we have the Emperor. That's my trump card. Sorry for the glare. Okay. We also have the Ascension, the Overcoming, the Flood, the Water. You see that? The Page of Pentacles representing children. It's coming through very strongly. I want to try to get rid of that glare for you. 1 second. But there we go. So as you can see, it's showing us a powerful trump card. It's showing us representation of the flood. It's showing us representation of the children as well. So that's just to start. Okay, let's see the story. Let's see like why and who and Was this controlled by HARP? Was this, so yes. I also remember on Friday saying out loud, it's coming back to me now. I said out loud that there's something that's already set. It's already set and they can't stop it. It's already out of the control. Like the good guys can't stop it. So there's already something preset to happen. And that's what I'm getting right now too. So we got the Page of Wands, we've got the Enlightenment, Hanged Man, and we have the King of Wands. So yeah, there's actually something else that's going to occur. Six of Swords, the Sun card, justice. There will be justice for the children. I will say that. I do think that the exposure of the dark, those that manipulate and have controlled this, the major disasters, yes, we're onto it. We're already trying to refigure this out. We already can see that it's been manipulated. They can control HARP. They can control the weather. They can make people sick, put spraying the skies, all of that. We know all that. But we need that to come out mainstream. We need that to be out there. We need justice for this. This is a weather manipulation, yes, but it's also this is a terrorist attack. This is a sacrifice. This is very dark. It has something to do with the elites. It's written all over it. Absolutely. Sacrifice. That even came through on Friday's show. Sacrifice. I believe that this was as well. We also have the Two of Pentacles. They really don't have, so the dark is losing their power. They know it, they feel it. I have to be careful, but the Adrena, I'll just call it Adrena, but they've lost that power. They've lost that connection to getting, to feed that addiction, to feed that evil. So they're losing all power. They're losing all power in the people that, we're all with them, that sold themselves. I have to be careful what I say here, but they're losing all their power. So they are drawing at strings. Yes, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Nine of Swords. It has brought devastation. Sadly, though, I don't like to say it, but I always will, like my brother says, give it to you straight. It's something else is going to happen. Okay, something else, and it has to do with weather. Is it an earthquake? I'm going to check later. Right now, I want to concentrate on the floods. But it does have to do with the elite system, and it is the dark. It's manipulated by the dark. HARP had a lot to do with it as well. Okay. The trafficking, the sex trafficking, all of that. Now, what I want to ask now, and I believe someone asked me earlier, I'm just remembering now, did these children that were taken, that were killed, purposely killed, were they going to be testifying against the trafficking and getting a lot of people, elites, in trouble? Is that why they wanted to take them out? Here we go. We've got a flopper. We've got the Five of Wands. We have the New Beginning and also Young Energy. It's the Fool card. And then we have the Knight of Wands. We do have this Justice card. Remember that. There will be justice. There will be more about this coming out as they dissect everything. But absolutely, I would say, yes, there is something else coming. The dark has something else that's preset. We have the Three of Pentacles. It's already, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Let me ask, are the white hats or the good guys trying to stop it? Do they know about it? Did they know about the flood and just couldn't control it? Couldn't stop it, unfortunately. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So there is a tending there. I'm hearing there's a tending to the situation. There's a tending to the new situation, is what I'm trying to say. So there is a new situation that is about to arise, or that will arise in the coming days, but they're trying to control that and stop that from happening before lives are lost. But absolutely about the children, Texas flood, it was definitely manipulated and caused by the dark. Yep. So now I'm going to turn on the comments. So since I still have my cards out here, I'm going to look in the chat. If you guys have any questions regarding the Texas flood, feel free to put it in the chat. Super chats are more than welcome. You'll guarantee have your question read. But let's see, is there anything out there? I see some talk amongst yourselves. It's all good. Let's see what else is. Anything about the Texas floods, put it in there now. Otherwise, I'm going to move forward. But definitely not a good situation out there. And I really hope that, I know they found some children that were alive, which that's awesome. So sweet. But I just feel that if it's so dark, it's so bad, it's so dark, and it's a shame. It's just awful. I could feel it. And I felt something Friday. It's just, I didn't hear flood, darn, Let's see. Yeah, all right, no questions about this. Thank you so much, Ricky Green, for being here. And Connie Phillips, always in the house. Mofo's going to Gitmo, those bastards. Exactly. We did get the Justice card as well. But yeah, definitely in the first card, remember, over here is Trump. And then this corner over here is Justice. So absolutely, there will be justice. They are going down. Yep. Let's see. Crypto Blonde saying, I heard that the good guys had control of the harp. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that going around as well. But I do not believe that, and that, there could be truth to that, but I do not believe that a lot of the things that they've already preset in action, it takes many years for this, like, for instance, this flood was planned years ago. And I feel like whatever was preceded back then couldn't be stopped in the now. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that the dark, they're drawing at their strings at what they have left. They've already detonated this years ago, and there are other things that they also detonated that will occur. I'm not manifesting it. I don't want it to occur, but I can feel it. And I believe these were already preset. So even if, there probably is truth to that the good guys are in control of HARP, but they can't stop what's already been preceded, what's already been planted to happen and planned out. That's where I'm going with that. But thank you for addressing that so that we could talk about it. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's move forward, because this is it's heavy. I can feel it, and heavy things like this can really drain you. So we don't want to have a downer kind of show. But what we will get into next is something, of course, it's still kind of negative, but we need to ask it. We need to know about, and I'm going to switch to my other Arcana deck. Same deck, just older. Here's my first one, actually. Anyway, we're going to ask now about the West Coast. All right, we've seen it in other readings that I've done about the West Coast, about earthquakes, disasters, things of that nature over there, even affecting Canada and Washington, California, the higher up parts of Northern California. But here we go. Let's take a look. Let me ask it. Will we see, and I'm not manifesting it. I am not a downer here. We're just asking. But will there be an earthquake coming next? What is coming next that we should be looking out for? Here we go. That's already pre-detonated by the dark. That's crazy. This is the other deck. I have two decks here. So you guys just saw the gold one. Now you're seeing the natural one. And there, okay. So there may be more floods coming. That's what I'm getting. More floods coming, more fires coming. Six of Cups. Earthquakes. Yes. First, I think there's going to be some sort of, yikes, tsunami, water. It's water because they gave us water right away. They gave us Pisces with the moon card. That's water too. Delay. So it's like in waiting. So remember, we got this in the other reading that I just pulled on about the flood. That's where it came to me, that these terrible things, these manipulations used by the dark, used with HARP, have already been preset many years ago. So this event has also been detonated. It's already been preceded. So with all this water here, it's looking like a flood. We also have earthquake energy. We also have more fire energy too. So it doesn't look like we're going to see the ending of all that anytime soon, because they've already preceded all of these things many years ago. And like I said earlier, it is very difficult. I don't think it's impossible, but it is very difficult for the good guys to stop it once it's already preceded. They are preceding goodness and peace and beauty and great weather for years to come. The good guys are now. So they're trying to set the intentions for the future with HARP to be good and great. But what's already been done, they cannot stop in its tracks. It's almost like a train it just keeps coming. You can't stop it. That's the vision that I was just given right now, is a train, unstoppable. It's unstoppable. So I hate to say that, but it's true. That's what I'm getting. So that's what I'm here for, to give you what I get. But that was the answer here. So yes, there's more to come. But hey, I am going to pull up, I think I have a couple of questions in the banners. I'm going to pull some of those up here. So you know what? Let's go over this a little bit. I'm going to switch gears a little bit and go about the astrology. So a lot of you probably, you all come to me through emails too about how difficult it's been lately with all these transits and like, why are my relationships falling apart? Well, just know that it's typical right now. What we're going through in astrology, it is affecting you. It's affecting your moods. It's affecting your loved ones. Relationships are either going through a power struggle, endings, or a beautiful transformation from dark to light. But it's very high intensity. So I just wanted to touch on that. And for anyone who does want a personal reading, because usually on Wednesdays we'll do personal readings. And this Wednesday I'll be flying to California to see my family. So what I've done is a special for you guys. Speaking of interpersonal stuff going on with all the high intensity. But this is the special that I'm doing. So on my website, you can get a one-on-one, either a Zoom reading or a phone call with me with a reading like this for $165 on the website. Or here's the special part, and I know you'll have Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. So if you want to do it that way, there's a discount for $122. So there you go. It's a very good special. Yes, I'll be taking appointments, up until I leave, and then also all next week. So go for it. I'm going to run this for a week and see how it goes for you guys. But I know a lot of you are reaching out and you want readings and you're trying to look at your schedule and everything, but go for it. My schedule's up on my website on the calendar. Choose from there. And I look forward to seeing you guys. But that's the special that I'll be running for about a week. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll be planning another show with my brother. So that'll be for next week too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But hey, let's get into it. I have a question I know this was from Connie from earlier. Is it true 20 girls taken were those to testify regarding trafficking? All right. Well, hey, that kind of came out in the general reading. But let's see about the 20 girls. Is it true 20 girls taken were those to testify regarding trafficking? It's a yes or no question. So here we go. I don't know why it's not so close up right now, but there we go. So that's the Chariot. This is my Chariot. So this would mean, yes, they were to come forward. And it was going to happen very soon. So absolutely. We have the Seven of Cups. So not only that reason, but the Seven of Cups, there were multiple reasons why this was a planned horrific event. And one of them was a satanic ritual. We also have the King of Cups, and that's just coming through. The Seven of Cups doesn't mean a satanic ritual. If you're learning how to read, it doesn't mean that. So I don't mean to scare anyone, but that just came through naturally. And then we have the King of Cups there. We have the Ten of Wands. This was definitely, there's many reasons why this was planned. And again, it was the dark planning this, manipulating this, and using and manipulating the astrology at the time. It's always happened. Gemini and Uranus, look at the history. There's always been floods, earthquakes, disasters, and there are more to come because we have that transit for so long. So this right here, that Hermit card, is really, again, explaining to us that, like what's coming to me, explaining to me that the deepest, darkest secrets, you know, that's what they do. It's all a game to them. It's a sick, sick game. Absolutely. But it is true. Thank you, Connie, for your question. Very true. Let's take a look what's out in the chat. I'm coming in that live chat and see what you guys have. 11 Melisande. They might have already crossed before the flood came in. Let's look into that. That's a good observation. You know, I kind of feel for certain situations, some of them, yes, I do believe that's true. Already it's just coming through as a yes. So let's take a look deeper into this. Seven of Wands, 10 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Yeah, definitely. I mean, some were already gone, so it was a way to get rid of the, you know, yeah. And I see someone else's question out there. I think it's Leslie Butler. So yes, your question, if the flooding was a preset long time ago, how would they have known way back then that there would be girls in that location and be testifying against them? Well, for many generations, and it is the first thing I put up on the screen this morning, for many generations, that retreat has been where they host retreats for the elite's daughters. And not only the daughters were, you know, assaulted in all those bad, nasty things, but so were other girls that were there too. So this was they already knew that they were already actively abusing these children back in the day, generations. It's not just something that just happened. So they already knew that they would have to get rid of the evidence, or it was a sacrifice, whichever way that they planted their seed. But yeah, that's for sure, no doubt. They were always planning to destroy it. But, you know, these times especially, if you look again, look at everything that's happening, and Trump was always the chosen one. This is all a movie. This was all supposed to be. And they knew that someone like him, or him himself, would be in control to try to stop and help humanity too. So all of this was preset, but the abuse was already happening then. So that's why it does make a lot of sense. But thank you, Leslie. Appreciate your question, your addressing. Let's see. Above the Clouds Media. Hi, Kristen. Real Raw News is reporting some of the girls may have been kidnapped by ex-Biden agency thugs. Is this true? Ooh, okay. Let's see. The Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, yeah, and the Magician. So yes, definitely. Again, this place, this retreat, was it Mystic Camp it's called, has been a terrible place where they all do retreats. And it's not just a retreat, it's nasty things going on there for generations, for many, many years. So unfortunately, yeah, that's tied in too. The ex-Biden agency thugs, yep, all the children. I'm sure there's many more locations in the U.S. and other countries. I'm telling you right now, I know there's many other places that claim to be a retreat for girls or a camp for girls. And boys too. They do all of the stuff. Yeah, they're all bad. They're all corrupt, and it's horrible. But let's see what else is going there. Yeah, Connie Phillips saying, you know, readdressing this. Okay, I didn't know it was a Girl Scout camp. Yikes. I used to be a Girl Scout. Not a very good one, though. Girl Scout camp for obtaining SRA. Okay, so that's satanic rituals. Not good. Not good. Thank you, Connie. My little reporter out there. Let's see what else is out there. Monica St. Dennis. Joni, she's addressing your question. Med beds. This is what drew my attention to the med beds. It won't be out till after RV. Carrie Ann, also known as Prince. Okay. Let's take a look into that. So I don't know who that is that you're saying, but will the med beds be out after the RV? Let's just look. King of Cups, 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands. So it's at a standstill currently. So yeah, I mean, they exist, they have them, but they're just waiting to release them. I believe that to be true too, because with the King of Cups, that's fulfillment, that's happiness to the people. 10 of Wands is a completion. So yeah, we're waiting on that RV. So yeah, I believe that. I'll go for that for sure. That's cute, Joni Stewart. You're a Girl Scout. You're a Girl Scout too? Awesome. I mean, I would have liked it if the girls were nice, but they weren't nice. So yeah, I got in some fights. But where I grew up, me and my brother, we grew up in a pet salon. So we were pretty well known in our little valley there. And I just don't think the girls didn't really like me. So whatever. But Girl Scouts itself, I feel, I'm just sharing. And hey, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I feel like Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, I think that that's all a part of the big corruption as well. They're all tied into it, all of them. I really do. I really feel it. There's something bad about it. Maybe not every single troop, of course, but just the creators of it, Yep. Let's see what else is out there. All right, I'm going to look for new comments. You guys are more than welcome to throw more in. What I'm going to do right now is do a reading for the week, since I won't be back on air until probably next Monday, okay? Because I'll be flying on Sunday. I get home a little late Sunday. So I'll be doing a show on Monday morning. So I'll see you guys in a week. But what I want to do for you right now is ask Spirit, what do we all need to know as we go through this week from the 7th to the 13th of July. This will be a reading. And also remember on the 10th, now I'm happy to say this because I am a sun sign Capricorn, Gemini moon, Gemini rising, so I'm dealing with the Uranus stuff also. But it's going well for me. But the sun in Capricorn I have, and we have a full moon in Capricorn, very similar to the one when right before I was born, there was a full moon as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of synchronicities going back to 1988 right now. But there is a full moon on the 10th of July. So that's this week. So we do want to look at the energies and see how it is for everyone. What do we need to look out for? Is there any cautions? How can we get through all this energy? What are some good suggestions that Spirit would like to share with us? Here we go. Ooh, I'm hearing focus. Okay. I hear that a lot from Spirit, focus. Because, I get a little wild sometimes and I go off course and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do this. Just like I messed with my hair this weekend. It just happens. But I feel like a lot of you, because I see some impulse energy here. 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. If you're feeling impulsive in a good way, though, listening to your higher self, if it sounds and feels like a great idea and it makes you happy, definitely do it. Have that nurturing time with yourself. So self-care, I feel like stay focused on yourself is what I'm trying to say here. Focus in on your inner world, which is going within. So the inner world of yours is where you need to be focusing. If it's hard this week, if you feel like I'm kind of losing my ground here, what's happening in my life right now, I'm not talking about the world stuff right now, just us, like interpersonal. So in your interpersonal lives, if it's like just getting like what is happening, come back to your space, go to your favorite area in your home, really meditate, give yourself a breather, but go back into your inner world and focus and be like, what would really make me happy right now? So that it's my little escape. If you're not able to travel or go to a park or something, just find something that will keep you focused, keep your mind stimulated on something, but something that really brings joy to your inner world and peace. So 3 of Wands is more of that escape energy I was feeling. Creativity as well. Wands, in case you were learning how to read, And again, I do teach this on my website. It's on my website. But 3 of Wands, so Wands, it's fire energy. So it's associated with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but also creativity. So that's how I designed these. They're all with the zodiacs and then, what they stand for. Creativity is that fire within you. It's not necessarily anger or pent up, stuff that you need to heal, but a way to release things that aren't healed yet is through creativity, through having fun, through passion. That's what the fire represents, is passion. So what are you passionate about? If you start to lose your way this week and things get a little tough, in your own mind, this is what I'm trying to remind you guys. Stay focused on that inner world. Find your little escape, whatever that means to you. What can help you escape this so you don't think about what's bringing you down, or maybe someone in your family or a friend or whatever. Come back and find your little peace. Where is your peace? And then the 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. So it is a very healing week, I would say. It is more about yourself going within. It is a major transformation. It's like you're mirroring yourself. So you're going to be looking back. Yeah, you're going to be looking at your past for sure. You got the 10 of Swords there. So the 10 of Swords, looking at your past, sometimes that's why we feel like, things just are unsettling. So that's why I'm saying really find your creativity this week. We have a lot of Gemini energy, especially I think it hits today. It's Monday. I believe it hits today. So you will be influenced, especially if you have a lot of Gemini placements. You're going to be influenced, or air in general, to want to do something creative, to change something. Maybe you want to change your look. Maybe you want to change something in your home. Maybe something shifts with you this week. But it's very healing, and it helps you. Whatever you shift is helping you release this pain, this old, nonsense that we closed that chapter a while ago. So we don't need to rehash things, Let's see what we have here. Whoops, sorry. Chariot. Okay, so the Chariot's coming back around. Let's see what else comes through. Queen of Wands. And what I just heard with Queen of Wands is about taking care of business. I just heard that from Spirit. So taking care of business, and I think I know why that's probably saying that. So we are in the season of Cancer, but we have the opposite sign, which is the best friend of Cancer, is Capricorn. So we have the full moon in Capricorn. So they're besties, Cancer and Capricorn. This might help you understand the astrology a little bit better too. So they're like besties. They get along, Cancer and Capricorn. Capricorn's determined to work, to get things done, motivated, but also because it's a full moon, you are planting seeds for the long-term future. So remember I was talking about relationships earlier and how things are being transformed. It's either for the good or the bad, but it's always it might seem bad, but it's for your highest good. It's going to be okay in the meantime. But that's what I'm trying to say. You're either going to be really focusing on career and building that and setting those, plans for your future, which I think is a great route for you if you need to focus on something and get out of your head, or if you have a lot of, something unsettling in your life right now. Focus on something you want to build. Capricorn will build. So that's what this full moon is a lot about too. What are you building for yourself? Not for other people, not about what, your sister wants or something. What do you want? What are you building for your future? What do you want to see for yourself 5-10 years from now? And then we have the Page of Wands. Again, another wand, creativity. Spark your imagination, your manifestations. Start rolling with that. If you're like clueless and you're like, I don't know what I want to build, because we all get that way sometimes. We don't know where, I don't know. So that's where you need to go into. You need to go within, like we talked about over here. Focus, escape back to the younger version of yourself and ask him or her, what did I love doing? What was I passionate about? You will discover it. You're the only person who can discover it. You can ask all day, a reader, any reader, and God forbid they tell you, oh yeah, you should be doing this, that, and the other. They shouldn't ever tell you what to do. But what they should They should try to teach you and coach you and help you discover that within yourself, So those fraudulent ones out there, be careful. But you should be helped. You should be guided to go back within. That's your escape, is when you find yourself and have, it's almost like a little discussion with yourself. Journaling, that's why I always encourage journaling. Talk to yourself, figure it out. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to build. So take care of business is what I heard with the Queen of Wands. So whether it's business or just rebuilding or reinventing yourself, that's what this is about this week. If you're struggling, if you're already on this path, that's awesome. You're fine. And maybe these harmonies in the astrology are working for you. But there are a lot of people right now that are losing their way. I know quite a few of them in my life. And they need to really get focused here, push forward. They've got the Chariot. Spirit's just trying to push them forward in the right direction. And things will fall. Things will not seem like they're working out. And it's all for a greater purpose, So try your best to be positive and laugh about it, honestly. It might not be something to laugh about in the moment, but try to see it in a more positive light, that Spirit is always working with you. Guardian angels are always, Archangel Michael is always working with you. Definitely trying to pull you in the right direction to keep you out of harm's way. So even if it doesn't seem right now, just know that it is in the long run. Because we've got that, back to astrology for a second, Capricorn. Right now, this week, the full moon, it's setting you up for the future. And sometimes there's certain people in your lives that aren't meant to be there forever. And maybe they were just there for a chapter, and that's okay. Maybe it was a job. Maybe the job you're in right now, maybe it's ending. Full moons are about endings usually. So whatever is ending right now, or maybe just not working out, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? It's all for your highest good. Because I know a lot of you you're reaching out to me and you're telling me what's going on, and that's what that is. Uranus and Gemini, and also this Capricorn full moon doesn't play around. So, but because we're in Cancer, back to Cancer, because we're in Cancer season, it's a very loving sign. Capricorn's not that loving all the time. So they're more of like, I'm going to take care of something and it's serious. But Cancer, remember, is very loving, nurturing. So it could be about your home life, your family, transformed in some way, either for the good, from dark to light, or it's just being removed from your life. So that's why I did want to talk about that, about relationships and going back to you, focusing on yourself. That's the only way to find your way, is to go back within. It's you. You're the only one who can change it. Also, this is a Cancer card, the Chariot, and it's about change, So here we go. King of Wands. Look at all the wands again. Ace of Wands. Your intuition's on fire is what I just heard. So I don't know, like Spirit is just, trying to tell me to remind you guys as well. You know the truth. Just like I said, you're the only one who can change yourself or your life. But you know the truth. Each and every one of you have, and we talk about this, but we're all connected. We have the God gene. We have Christ consciousness. You just have to awaken it. And by awakening that, you are one-on-one with your soul, with your higher self. You are just going within, and you can do it automatically. And just, the right way is what I heard. But to hear your intuition is on fire, that was for all of us. So Spirit's trying to remind us that your intuition knows, as long as you follow that, then what they're doing to help, your angels are doing to help, that's working. You're actually working with them. If you work against them, well, then you're going to see a lot of, and believe me, you guys have seen it live with me, with my life. So I'm a great example. If you don't listen to your angels, you know what happens. Uprooted from your home a few times. Your dog gets you kicked out. Bad boyfriend here and there. You guys have seen it all. So I'm a perfect example. If you don't listen to your angels and say, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. You should probably focus on yourself again, And if we don't, I'm telling you, if you don't listen, it's going to happen. The transformation, the uprooting of the situation, whatever it may be, it's going to happen. And it's not fun when the angels do it. It is not fun. It's scary. It's uncomfortable. But I'm just, again, trying to show you guys that that's what this message is about. And this right here, 9 of Pentacles, is very Capricorn. It's very independent. It's go your own way, be your own boss of your life. When I say be your own boss, even in business too, if you want, it's the greatest way to go. But I mean of your life. You are your own boss. You do your own thing. 9 of Pentacles. You only have yourself. You have your angels. You got your spirit team. Yes, we have family, we have friends to support us too. But ultimately, you are driving. You're the one that's driving right now. So just remember that. I think that's what Spirit wanted me to say today. This was for the week too. This is a big message for the whole week. Now I want to go to my other deck, Eternal Connections. Okay, so this deck is on my website. It's on the front page. I love this one. So a lot of you already have it, but this deck specifically is more of an oracle. So you just pull one, and what I suggest to ask is, and I'm going to ask it right now. So I'm going to ask Spirit, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, what do we all need to know this week? And I'm going to pull 2. What do we all need to look into this week, concentrate on, maybe something to focus on and reflect on, to activate our Christ consciousness? What would help all of us, the collective, from July 7th to July 13th until I come back on the 14th? What should everyone take a look into to activate that Christ consciousness? Here we go. Well, this is a good one. It's afterlife, so I'll read that in a second. And the second one, oh my gosh, is Christ consciousness. All right. So afterlife is the first one. Reminder that loved ones on the other side want you to feel at ease. Heaven's gate, heavenly realm, where our loved ones await us and animals rejoice when we return home. They are always within us and loving and nurturing our souls while we still are living physically on earth. And I say that about the animals. I wrote that because of the animals, because they are always healing to you, whether they're here physically on the earth plane or on the other side. They're still around you, trying to heal you, trying to help you, even on the other side. Engagement is when we call to them just as we do to our angels. So again, call out to them, talk to them as if they're around. Some of our loved ones have become angels as they have previously been an angel, or they are learning to be one when they get to heaven. When we join the afterlife, we have a lot to do and a lot to explore. The fear, doubt, worry, ego are all removed after physical death, once you die with this body. There is no grudge against anyone still on earth or family members or anything that negatively happened. We are simply in God's imitation. We love like God, we think like God, and we have forgiveness and abilities like God. And that's something that I try to remind myself when I start to get angry, because I do have an angry side. I do. But when I stop myself, I'm like, wait. You have to act like God, think, love, have forgiveness, and then I come back home, to myself. So that's a reminder for whoever needed to hear that. We do not regret the physical death. You never regret it. So a spirit, our soul is spirit. When we pass, we're happy to pass. We want to go. We see our loved ones. We want to go. You see them. They come. You want to go. Of course, we love who's here, but I want to go have fun. That's graduation time. I made it, So remember, because I know a lot of you right now have been losing individuals, but it's such a beautiful transformation. It's just we can't understand it fully because we are still in a human body. We have a human brain right now. But when you lose that consciousness of a human brain, you're all for it. You want to just go. But anyway, we do not regret the physical death. We are proud to be graduated to the heavenly realm, and we do not long for an earth life because we know that our loved ones will join us someday. They don't want to be here once they've gone there. If it is intended on their path and they do right by God in their earth life. And so I put that in there because it's for the good. the very good people, of course, good souls, which all of you are. 31 reminds us that God is able to use people, angels, or even nature in order to carry out justice. This is the biblical meaning of number 31. And this is so true, especially when it comes to those recent passings of those beautiful little children. The number 31, again, reminds us that God is able to use people, angels, or even nature in order to carry out justice. However, while we are in this sinful world, God's enemy often carries out injustice. But yeah, that's the card of afterlife. We did pull another one, Christ consciousness. So I'm going to read that one now. We all have Christ consciousness. I was speaking of this earlier. Though we all need to practice self-reflection, prayer, meditation, connecting with nature. Again, the reading we did for the week from the 7th to the 13th, remember, Spirit wants us to focus back on us in our inner world. A great way to do that is through meditation, nature, getting outside. This is awesome. Self-transcendence, transcend the limitations of the ego and personal identity. Aligning with a higher purpose. Only through introspection and a daily routine of centering yourself and getting in alignment can you discover your higher purpose. So those of you that ask me almost every day, what is my purpose? You have to get in alignment. It's a daily process to discovery. Self-discovery will help you find that life purpose. Anything in your life that is not helping you stay in alignment needs to be eliminated, okay? If it's a job, if it's a partner, if that's a friend, if it's anybody, anything. Maybe it's a substance, maybe it's a habit, maybe it's you just not taking care of yourself. Those are all examples. But if it is taking you out and away from alignment with yourself, a relationship with you, with your angels, with Christ consciousness, it's not going to be pretty. But anyway, being true to yourself will bring you freedom, and freedom brings your soul to awareness and creation, bringing your awareness into Christ consciousness. That's where it's all at. It's our awareness. It's us. It's your spirit. It's your soul. But wow, that's pretty good. That was pretty deep. I think Spirit really wanted you guys to know all that for the week of the 7th to the 13th. So there you go. Let's see, is there any other messages that want to come through before I wrap up this beautiful show? Then I thank you all for being here. I love it. Let's see, any other messages? Ooh, now I'm hearing just wait. Okay. And then I heard your abilities. Just wait, your abilities are about to transfer. So I heard, just wait, your abilities are about to transfer. So it's something more of a galactic. So your abilities are about to transfer, going to a higher place, a higher dimension, for sure. And then it's a reset. There's a whole new beginning. That's the message, the message from Spirit that just came through. Just wait, your abilities are about to transfer to another dimension, a higher place. And then I have the Sun card and the 10 of Cups, which you can't go wrong with that. And what I'm getting with that is just overjoyed, feeling like the 10 of Cups from within. And then you show it. Everyone can see it. You make others feel like the 10 of Cups. So, wow. I like that. That's really cool. That's what came through. I like that. Wow, very cool. Well, I hope that message helped someone out there. As long as it helps one person, then I know I did my job. But wow, that's beautiful. And again, before I go, remember, just because I'm away on to see my family doesn't mean I'm not taking appointments. And again, I have this awesome special. If you have Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle, I will give you readings at discounted prices. You just have to email me, starcanashores@gmail.com. So if you are going through it, or you just want guidance, or you want me to teach you how to read, or whatever it is, let me know. Go to starcanashores@gmail.com. I will schedule you. and it'll be so fun. So I look forward to seeing all of you or talking to you, phone call or Zoom. But I appreciate all your support, you guys. Over all this time, that's why I'm still able to do this. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. But I will be back next Monday. Thank you all so much. I will be sharing pictures meanwhile when I'm in California. So if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I'm sure you'll see them there. But thank you all so much. And I will see you soon. I'm going to take us out here with a little bit of Trump. You guys take care. Bye.